Paseo begins to wind north-northwest and picks up as a straight thoroughfare at 63rd Street.
Reverend Vernon Howard is the president of the local Southern Christian Leadership Conference, the same organization Martin Luther King Jr. helped found.
One of the things unique to Paseo is you have this very wide thoroughfare. With all of the grass, there's opportunities for the monument, for beautification.
Last October, Howard and several of the local clergy submitted a proposal to the city to take the Paseo, a historic boulevard on the black side of town, and rename it Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
The renaming of Paseo after Dr. King does have social and racial integration impact, but it also has even deeper economic impact.
But in March, officials denied the request to rename the Paseo. So the clergy group started lobbying the city council. Then they staged a rally. And they're now gathering signatures to put the issue on the ballot in August.
Is it best served to be on the black side of town?
The naming of the street should be an inspiration and an invitation that it would be a place where all Kansas Cityans gather. And what's wrong with that locale being in a prominently black area?
For some people, there is something wrong with that. In most cities, MLK Boulevards are in black neighborhoods, but that brings some baggage. More often than not, they're so run down that it's not just a stereotype, it's a punchline.
Martin Luther King stood for nonviolence. Now what's Martin Luther King? A street. And I don't give a fuck where you in America. If you're on Martin Luther King Boulevard, there's some violence going down. It ain't the safest place to be.
One of the arguments that I've heard for putting Martin Luther King Jr. Street on the Paseo is that it would attract investment, it would attract economic opportunity.
Okay, and the evidence of that is what? Show me an area of this country where renaming the street Martin Luther King Boulevard has increased the economic activity on that street and in that area. There's no facts that support that. Every city does a street. To me, it's almost become rote. Okay, we're gonna honor Martin Luther King. Let's name a street. But I do think that it's worthy of a community conversation. And that should include all sorts of different people.
And now, everyone's talking about where the MLK Boulevard should go and where it shouldn't go.
Do you think it would be as easy to put a Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard on the white side?
No.
Why is that?
Because I think there's a lot of prejudice.
In that sense, it almost seems like they need it more.
Exactly, it does. It almost seems like they need it more because they need to have their minds open. They need to realize that we do need to be one group.
I don't know who benefits more. Maybe the African American community needs it more, but I think the white community will benefit more.
And I have heard some people say, okay, why are we keeping this street on this side? It shouldn't be cutting across, or shouldn't it be on the white side too?
I don't really think that should be a factor, because when you go there, you're missing the point. Where every section be on the west side, east side. My thing is we should just have one.
Who needs that symbol of Dr. King the most?
All of us do.
You think so?
All of us do.
So then why do we put it in the black neighborhood? Why do we not have it cut across the black to the white neighborhood?
He was a black minister. He served in a black church. He fought for the freedom and justice of black people.
I think the black side of town will always have Dr. King's legacy in mind. My concern is that we don't create an artificial dividing line. I think that in some people's minds, if you name a street that's 9.5 miles long, Dr. Martin Luther King, and it sits in a vastly majority black community, that it simply becomes another dividing line.
It sounds like you want people to be a little bit uncomfortable in this conversation.
Tell me about a racial conversation where somebody isn't uncomfortable.